Hi everyone, welcome back to episode number 9 of the Scrappy Sunday Chats. It's November, the end of November. We are reaching the end of 2022. Unbelievable, but yeah, here we are. So I'm Leanie from Independence Crochet, and
Hi everyone, I'm Mariette, also known as the Boervrou, and I have the Crafty Stitches podcast on YouTube. And yes, as Leonie said, it's reaching the end of the year and it is a little bit crazy. We have been so busy. I actually ran out of the kitchen baking cookies to come do this recording. So everybody's busy, everybody's tired, and I think we all need a break. But we are very happy to be here for the last episode of the Scrappy Sunday Chat for this year. Can you believe it? And yes, as you said, it's episode 9. Wow.
So it's actually Friday evening.
Yes.
we're taking shortcuts here. But anyway.
Nowadays, with the busyness of the year, we need to push it in wherever we can. So we make a plan and we are here, Friday or not Friday.
Yes. So how have you been?
Busy. We don't have anything to complain about. We're very, very happy that we can be busy with all of the things, but it's been good. It's been great, actually. Yeah, having a lot of fun and getting things done. It's going well. I mean, health's fine. Everything else is fine. So yes, no, it's good. It's good. How are you?
Yeah, no, I also actually don't have anything to complain about except that it's been a tough year for everybody, I'm sure. But I am super tired. I'm actually considering taking a week's leave from work in December. I don't normally take leave in December, but I think I need one. So yeah. But anyway, also don't have reason really to complain. Head up and looking forward, and we'll survive anything and everything.
Nothing that a little bit of rest can't cure.
Yes.
Yes, just slowing down and just having a little bit of rest. Definitely.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so do you mind if I show you my one and only finished object?
Not at all, because you're not going to see anything from me, so go ahead.
Right, so this is a little bit of a cheat project because I had the flower already done and I just made up the little keychain.
Love it.
You can see that. So this little flower is actually a little pattern out of an Afrikaans book. I'll just show you quickly. So it is actually a flower that comes on a cushion, a pillowcase. So I just did two rounds of the little flower. And so it's just basically like a double flower thingy. It's got 2 petals or whatever you want to call it. And then I added the button and these for a little keychain. So previously, when I actually started making these keychains and I sold a lot of them. So I had the little flower left and I thought, okay, I'll make up another one since I am busy with keychain projects. And I do add I had the flowers, so I thought that is a good idea. So yes, just a little keychain. Yes,
I'm
so
actually thinking for people that like to do gifts this time of the year, that would make up a very quick gift knit.
Yes.
That was a crochet. That's crochet. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, but you know what? I'm sure you can knit flowers or anything, but it is very, very nice. I actually like the little satin ribbon thingies. And then I added a little bead to the one point just for fun and to have it to hang a little bit, have a little bit of weight. But they are very quick projects, and it's nice for using up little beautiful buttons that you maybe have in the stash. So yes, I like that a lot. So I've got one more done of all of the ones that I want to make. So yes, that is my keychain.
I think that's very cute. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't have any finished objects as per usual. In terms of scrappy projects. So yeah, I've been thinking that, you know, in order to know where you're going, you actually sometimes need to look back at to where have you been, what worked, what didn't work, what fun did we have and what not. So since this is the last episode for this year, me and Mariette decided we're gonna make a little bit of a highlight reel, sort of like a scrappy video of our Scrappy Sunday Chats to reflect back a little bit on 2022, and here it is.
Okay, all right. Let's just start with the scrappy things that we are doing.
Okay.
So I'm sure everybody has seen this blanket before. So it's just a ripple crochet blanket. So
Okay.
show us yours.
Okay. Yeah. So this is my corner to corner join as you go scrappy blanket. And yeah, so for a very long time I only used Ali Pure Gold and nothing else.
And then I used all of this mess of mine. It's still a mess. It's a crow's nest. Anyway, so I made the wrist warmer. I did not weave in the last ends. I'll just put it on so that you can see. Let me do that.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I've got only two ends to weave in, which is the one at the top and the one at the bottom. And the other ones I've all knitted them in.
Okay, so I was sitting under this guy this whole morning. I also showed it last time. We were at this red block, and then I've put spin cushions, progress keeper on there. So it's been 4 weeks and there's 4 blocks. So yay to me.
Fantastic, beautiful.
So I mentioned last time that I want to do something with the socks, the yarn that's going to be left from all the socks that I'm planning on making because I'm hooked. So I did eventually go for the Coziest Memory blanket.
All right, so I have 3 whips of scrappies at this moment. My first one and my long-term project currently is my flower motif project Scrappy Blanket, which is a pattern from Yarn, Jarn, that website. It's actually a free pattern. Then I am currently knitting a pair of socks with scrap yarn. So this is how far I am with the first sock. So I started with the cuff, and then I am doing helical knitting. It's actually my first time doing that, and I'm enjoying it really a lot. Yes, trying to do leftovers. So this is the first glove. There is the ribbing, and then let me put in my hand. So I must still do the thumb.
Okay, so let me show one of my projects for you. This one everybody has seen already, I'm sure. So this is my ripple blanket. Let me just get to the bottom. So I started there at the blue and worked all of these stripes.
It's grown a lot since last.
This is where we were the last time. So I did add a few colors. I actually added this today and I still haven't weaved in the ends back because I don't know how it happened, but this piece of yarn had so many cuts in it.
I'm in trouble, big time. But the day is not over, né? So it's been 4 weeks since we did episode 2. And this is where we were. So there's only 2 blocks added to my Golden Memories blanket. I just started when we went live with this corner. So hopefully I'll have my block for this week in before we are done with this live podcast. And then there's this one that got 2 blocks since episode 2 as well.
And then some of my other favorite projects is socks. I completed these socks recently. There's lots of different yarns in here. I did repeat one. It's from Loopy number 6. The one yarn I repeated throughout. So I think lovely striped socks with every stripe in a different color is also beautiful. But if you want some consistency throughout, you can repeat the one color and then put your scrappy stripes in between.
Okay, so my finished opt, let me do that, is the second one of my Scrappy warmers. So this one came out a little bit better than the first one, but they both fit.
Yes, we can do that as I'm in the middle of a row.
And Leanie as well.
Isn't that always on? I don't even feel bad about it because on most podcasts that you watch, they are always in one of their projects they want to show they are in the middle of a row. So, yeah. But the one that I'm busy with now and knitting is just the Scrappy. I love knitting these shawls. It's more, I would rather say it's more like a scarf shawl. I don't really wear very big shawls. And then the one, I posted a photo on Instagram this morning of the squares, the granny squares I'm busy with. There's just yarn attached here. So I had some leftover opal sock yarns that I didn't know what to do with. And I decided to make granny squares, small 5 round granny squares.
This is my longest running Scrappy project. I call it my Golden Memories blanket. It's a time that I didn't buy anything else except Pure Gold yarns. I still love it because of all the colors that you get. So I am working with only the Pure Gold double knit yarns, and yeah, it's corner to corner, join as you go blocks 10 by 10, and I just add and add. I've got a drawer full, so unfortunately I can't tell you which project it originated from. And then the other whip that I've got is my Sock Memories blanket. So these I can still tell you where each yarn comes from and what did I do with them. So I've got the goal of doing one pair a month this year, and I'll probably continue next year, we don't know. But every time I finish a pair of socks, the yarns I used, I add it in here. So I've got a feeling this is still gonna take me probably my lifetime to have a very big blanket, because except for these ones that I began with, I'm thinking of just doing one block per yarn, because I've got some ideas for other things I also want to do and make with the sock yarn. So yeah.
It's just a neat ripple by Attic 24. I just love this ripple.
Beautiful.
And what I decided to do, it's all in also again one of my favorite bases to crochet with, the 2-ply super twist.
Mariette, I believe you might have a finished object for us, and then we'll go over to the chat.
I do. I have a finished object that nobody has seen on a Scrappy chat before, so I'm very excited about that. And it's a Scrappy sock. Look at that, isn't that pretty?
That's very beautiful.
This is actually my first sock that I've knitted completely on 9-inch circulars, except for the toe, of course, because it's a little bit, the circumference gets too small. But
I only started this afternoon to add this little bit of progress to my cozy sock memories blanket, only because I finished my socks for June 2022 last night. So this is all that happened on my Scrappy whips this entire month.
But I did add a little bit to my honeycomb blanket. I remember in the previous Scrappy chat, somebody was asking about DK weight yarns. And here you can see that some of the DK weights that is a little bit thinner makes a smaller block than the ones that are a little bit thicker.
Everyone, it's Mincy from the Naughty Die Studio. Come walk with me and I'll show you a little bit of what the Die Studio looks like. On the top here I've got the samples of the first ever sock blockers, sock ruler, the first ever Naughty project bag that was made. And then I would like to show you up there is the first skein that I have ever dyed.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. Excited to see, and I hope everyone, all the viewers, could see what the Die Studio looked like and what my workspace looked like. So I bought a spinning wheel and I started spinning, and then I ended up with these bobbins of hand spun yarn, and I was like, okay, now what now? Cream is not really my color. I mean, it's beautiful. Natural yarn is very beautiful, but it's not something that I would wear a lot, cream. So I started dyeing that, and that is just how everything developed from there. And Naughty has been on, I think the first yarn that I've dyed for Naughty per se was the 24th of January 2019.
This was my first sock that I made a while ago, and then I finished its friend. So this is basically my not so scrappy socks, I will say, because it's all done in the same colorway, but I held it double to get this mauling effect. That you're wearing the Ietsie Klein stitch marker earrings. She's already spotted that.
We are super scrappy today in anything and everything we are doing.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the beautiful mismatched earrings. I've got some colorful things on today, so we are scrappy today.
So my Scrappy Granny Square strip, that it's literally just a strip, and it's been a strip for a few months. And then my first attempt, which is also a similar idea, except I worked this in a block. However, my mistake was there's some Naughty Habit in here, and there's some Malabrigo in here, and there's some another UK dyer in here, as well as some apples.
Sure, everybody's seen this, because from the first episode I started with this blanket. Yeah, just be still. She's just feeling a blanket. Oh, it's for me. So in the previous episode of the Scrappy Sunday Chat, I was at this point and I added these colors, and I decided to do, I think 9, yeah. I think I counted last night, 9 more colors. So it's 18 rows basically. And it has become quite a long blanket. And yet she's still not happy. You know. Do you have any finished objects?
How long have you known me?
I just thought I have to ask. Maybe.
You can be nice and ask, thank you. But no, I'm still working on this baby cozy sock memories of mine.
So at least this month, I've added 2 blocks to the other blanket. So my little honeycomb Tunisian blanket, and it's very skew. I do know that, as you can see, because some of the double knit yarns here is not, I always say double knit is not double knit, because some has 300 meters on 100 grams and some has got 250 or 230 meters, and then that makes that the strand is a bit thicker or thinner, and then you get this where a block looks a little bit smaller than the rest. Trying to use it up in different blankets.
Scrappy, scrappier, scrappiest.
That type of thing.
And start by asking Sita, what are you wearing? Because that's amazing.
Well, what I'm wearing today is, I think, quite apt for your Scrappy Sunday. It's my Scrappy, I call it Scrappy, but it's actually just called the Garter Marla cardigan, which I'll just stand up a bit. It's from West Knits. It's made out of all sorts of scraps. It's marled. It's 2 strands of fingering yarn. And yeah, I've ribbed the sleeves. It's very warm. I'm really, really enjoying it, even though I've just made it now at the end of winter.
I actually started and I made the first one.
That's so cute.
Oh, lovely.
I started with a pink, and when I was down here, I was actually hearing Leanie saying something about, yeah, but things must be scrappy. And I thought, wait, let's switch colors. So I think it came out very nice.
I am actually knitting another pair now right here as we speak, but this is the
the first pair that I did. The screen has seems to have gone. It seems to have gone a bit blurred, but I think it's okay.
We can see.
Can you see? So this is the first pair that I have done. And I've made this out of, oh no, did I bring it here? Yes. A sock, this United Socks by Katja. So anyway, so I've made that pair, and then this is the second pair I'm busy with right now. And it's just a bit of my own hand dyed on the heel. I always just like to put some nonsense all over the place. Skeins of very beautiful tones that went lovely, you know, together, browns and grays and berry pinks and purples. And so I love Pia's her patterns, I love her podcast, and I saw this shawl.
So what are we starting with today? Finished objects.
Yes,
But
I think so.
but I think this time you should start with your finished objects.
For a change, I've got something to show. Wow.
That's why I want you to go first, please.
Okay, so this is my DB Stripey Seaside socks, pattern by Mariette, and I used the Naughty Habit Scrappy Socktober box. It was a mystery box, almost like an advent box, where you had 15 grams mini skeins of all colors, all the colors that you can think of was in the box. I captured it on a daily basis on my Locktober series.
So I decided to go with the like a bobble edge, but I think it's popcorn stitches.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I just did a row of single crochets from the back. So I turned it around and I worked the single crochets in the back, and I turned it around and worked my popcorn stitches on, so that it doesn't flop over.
Let's just take it closer to the cameras. So next year we have decided we're doing it no matter what. You guys can decide if you want to join or not, but me and Mariette are making the Battenberg Blanket.
Yes. So what was the plan?
The plan is one block every day, but it's small blocks. Eventually I'll do it in my sleep if I have to get it done.
Right, I hope you enjoyed that little look back. We will definitely link the playlist for you down below of all the Scrappy Sunday chats, if there is any of them that you maybe missed and want to go have a look at. Yes, so that was actually a lot of fun that we had during this year with all our guests and all of the projects that we did. It's actually amazing to me, since starting a podcast myself, how much you actually learn by doing these things. Not just crafting techniques, but, you know, editing techniques, what works, what type of formats does stuff have to be, you know. It's all those things that we didn't know about, but it was actually a lot of fun. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Lots of stress also sometimes when things don't want to work, but mostly a lot of fun. If everything works, it's great.
Like, remember which episode was it? The one with Sita, where the streaming didn't go through to my channel, but to your channel. I was like, what's going on now?
Yes.
It actually, something it taught me was to just be a little bit more like, things is not always going to go the way you planned, and you just need to adapt and move on, and you know, not stress about every little thing.
I'll make a plan and do something where you can, even if it is only afterwards.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
I
All right.
believe you've got something to show us with regards to the video we actually saw.
Yes, I was when we were making this video, I thought there's still some things that I would like to say about this chevron blanket that I finished in the previous episode. So I was thinking, just for everybody to just see quickly again. Let me do that. So yes, this was the chevron blanket that I made, and I added this popcorn border to it. Don't know how to show it today. Today it's not working too well. Anyway, so this blanket is 116 centimeters wide, and it's almost 2 meters long. So if I tuck it underneath my feet, I can roll it up underneath my chin. And it actually weighs 999 grams. So 1 gram away from a kilo.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of yarn. But yes, I'm so proud and happy about this one.
I just want to put it into perspective. So that's 10 skeins.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Even though it is now made with acrylic yarn, it's still a lot of yarn that went into this one. And then I remember in the previous episode, I said to you, I wanted to check when I started this blanket, and I forgot. So I actually went and had a look, and I started this blanket in 2019. Because I checked my notes, and in January of 2019, or January of 2020, I was participating in a whip busting month thing with some people on Facebook. And that blanket, there was a piece of the started blanket in my whip pile. So I definitely started it somewhere in 2019. But in August of 2020, it was still looking exactly the same as it did in the whip busting video photo thing. So it's definitely started in 2019, but I didn't work on it all the time. But yes, I mean, most of it was done this year. I mean, you remember it was small when I started in the beginning of the year. But yes, I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, it was the pastel colors were just finished when we did episode 1.
Yeah. So yeah, that is basically my long story about this blanket. And yeah, it was I just wanted to highlight it as the highlight of my Scrappy Sunday projects for this year, because I'm really proud of it.
And you should be. It's
Thank
beautiful
you.
and it was a lot of work, so you deserve to be proud.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So I didn't bring a highlight. I just brought the same old. This blanket is my Golden Memories blankie. And I haven't worked on it in 2 months. But it happens. So because it's the last episode of the year, I decided let me show it anyway. And this is also all acrylic yarns. Alpia Gold Double Knit. And it's done with the corner to corner join as you go method. All I have to say about this, I haven't worked on it for a while, but I will eventually get back to it again. So yeah. Do you have any works that you?
I was just sorry, I didn't hear what you just said. Just repeat that.
I was asking if you have any whips on your side, but we were speaking at the same time.
Oh, okay. No, fine. I'm going to show that now. I was just thinking what we can also do is just link for the viewers your video on how you do your corner to corner blanket. and then the video on how I did the chevron blanket. So that will be linked down below if you want to have a look and maybe try your hand at some scrappy corner to corner blankets or so. Then there is some free tutorials that we made on our channels for these blankets specifically. Yes. Okay. So let me see. What was it that I wanted to show? My whip. Right. I'm actually busy with a block at the moment, so I just put a little progress keeper in to keep my stitches nice and neat. So this is the Honeycomb Tunisian crochet blanket that I was busy with. It's a bit wonky. Anyway, so I believe last time I showed it, I might have been at this blue, I think, and then I added a few blocks. But I had a little bit of a change of heart on this one, and I was thinking actually today when I was putting it here for the video, I was thinking I am going to not make a blanket. I am going to add a few more blocks, maybe a row or two. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to measure. And then I'm just going to fold it up like that. And I'm going to sew it together, add a zipper, and pop a cushion into it. So that is the plan for next year. This is going to become a pillowcase.
Okay. So, the reason for changing your mind, do you have enough blankets now?
One thing, yes, I think, especially because I thought to make like a lap size blanket, and I don't have much use actually. If I look at how we live and how I use blankets, I don't have a lot of use for a lot of lap size blankets. So I decided that this crochet chevron blanket is for me because I love chevrons. And I want to make another blanket, a big one like that. But I don't know, I love Tunisian crochet, but this blanket is not that much of a joy for me anymore to work on. So I decided to take Hilda Stein's advice, and if it doesn't bring you joy, don't do it. So I decided, while it is not bringing me that much joy anymore, I'm not going to just leave it. I'm going to adapt my goal or plan and make something else with it that's smaller. And then I will rather make another blanket in the new year for our make-along that we will get to in a little bit. So yes, if it doesn't bring you joy anymore, just, I don't know what is the right word. Just be honest with yourself and decide that if it doesn't bring you joy anymore, do something else. Life's too short to push yourself to do something that doesn't bring you joy.
It's always for me a little bit of it's a tough call for me actually to make, because I'm one of those people that if I start something, I want to eventually finish it. But then you started this crafting journey for me, it was a hobby to relax and, so
Yes.
it's very difficult to find that balance to decide it's not worth it, rather pull it out, compared to just pushing through and finishing it, and also then at the end be proud that you did finish.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's a balance problem, eh? A big one.
Yeah. I think if you're not halfway yet, then rip it out or pivot, like you say, towards something else. But if you're past halfway, for me, it's like, you'll be happy when it's finished.
Yes,
So, yeah.
Definitely. I have that experience at this exact moment, basically, with another project that it is so close to being done. It is definitely not bringing me joy at this moment, but it's like 2 knit rounds and a bind off away. So you push through.
Just it.
And I know I'm gonna love the end product, but
Mm.
yes, this blanket is a different story.
Yeah, no, that's only the beginning. So I agree. Pivot towards the pusher.
Yes. Okay, but I'm sure you wanted to show us another whip of yours as well.
Oh, you
Leanie?
guys are gonna see this quite a few times though. But here's my cozy sock memories blanket. And this I'm using just yarn that was in a sock. So I don't know what to say about it. I am currently adding all of the leftover yarns from the Scrappy's October box that Mincy brought out. So I made a pair of socks using your Stripey Seaside sock pattern. So all of the colors gets to make it into this blankie. And this month I only added 2 blocks. As in today, I added this one. You guys saw me finishing it off at the beginning of the episode. And this one I did a week or so ago. So only 2 blocks added. But yeah, I'm in no hurry with these ones.
Yeah, no, it's
Was
beautiful.
I supposed to say something else about this?
No, not at all. I think
It's all 75%, or not all, mostly 75% merino, 25% nylon yarns that are in here, and I'm using 2.5 millimeter chai goose circular needles for it. That's all I can think of.
yes.
Anyway, we link everything. All our Ravelry pages are below, if I forget to say something.
Yes, that is a beautiful blanket, and I don't think we'll ever get tired of seeing it, basically, because every time that you add another block, the whole picture changes. So it is beautiful. It's actually one of those projects that you can look at the end of the year and actually see that it feels like you didn't do enough. But I mean, in the beginning of the year, that thing was not in existence yet. So
No.
it's still something to be proud of.
Episode 2 was these 4 blocks.
You see, so, oh no, I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Do you have another work to do?
Yes, even though I did not work on it, I decided I'll show it because it is the last episode of the year. And then hopefully something will happen with it during the last month, and then it'll have something else added to it. So this blanket is the one that I'm calling the leftover blanket. And the reason I'm calling it that is every real last bit of double knit yarns that I have goes into this in no order. It's just randomly just grabbed and thrown in here. So I think the plan with this one is also to make a blanket that I can actually lay under. So it's going to be a very long one, and you'll see it for quite a while. But this one is made with a 4mm hook, double knit scraps, and this stitch is called the tulip stitch. So it is basically the same as the corner to corner stitch, but it is just in stripes, not from corner to corner. So yeah, this is going to be one crazy looking blanket, but I actually love it.
No, I think it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
So I just had to mute there for a second. The dogs are going crazy outside.
Shame. No, that's fine. So yes,
Speaking
that
of,
is,
where's Fluffy today?
sorry.
Where's Fluffy?
She is lying in the kitchen feeling very sorry for herself because my husband's not home yet.
Oh,
They are waiting because I don't know, the home is not complete.
yeah. Shame.
She was on my lap last night when we had the Naughty Habit Zoom. She wanted to be on my lap and she was all over the place.
Shame.
Wanted to
Yeah.
be part of the show. All right, so yes, I think that is all of our current whips, right?
Yeah.
So then I guess we are moving on to future plans for 2023, which includes the Battenberg make-along.
Yes. I want to show you. I made a sample for planning purposes.
Great
And look
stuff.
at how cute this is.
Oh
Can
my
you see?
goodness. It is super tiny. It's so cute.
It is exactly 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. It's a free round granny square, solid square. And it weighs 1.8 grams. So
Yes.
this is very small.
That is
And
small.
you can really use up your very last little bit of scraps for this one. So the reason I made this, and I'm gonna need you to help me put pressure on my husband, because I want him to make me one of those, what's the word?
A blocking, I don't know if it's a blocking board, but that blocking piece of wood with the pegs on it.
Yes. So I want him to make exact pegs so that I can just every day put it on and put it on and put it on. So yeah.
Okay. All right. But
And I am planning.
you must let him make it big enough for a bigger granny square with all of the holes so that you can adjust the pegs.
I don't want to push my luck too much.
Okay, all right. I understand.
We'll see if I get it before the end of the year. He said before the end of November, and we don't have many days left, so let's see.
Luckily, you're starting next year, so yes.
Yeah, he still has some time.
Okay, so you are using the leftovers of your fingering scraps, basically like sock scraps, or are you just going to add some of your linen mixes and those as well? Anything fingering?
I believe if you look at this mess, I will have enough sock yarn, only sock yarn left to continue with that. And I mean, I'm not planning on stopping to knit socks. And everything, once there's one block in my sock memories blanket, what's left of these ones will also go into this bag for Battenberg. So I believe I will have enough of just sock yarn to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're planning on doing the solid white blocks in between to join them as in the pattern, or are you going to just join as you go and just be scrappy?
I am going to make one block every day and put it on the pegs. And 2024, I will do the white block and join and white block and join.
Okay, so you're going to do as per the pattern with a
yes
in between. Okay. All right. Okay, so.
And your plans?
So I just made a sample of what it will look like type of idea, but I was using double knit acrylic yarn scraps because I have a lot and I don't want to just let them go to waste because I believe it's already bad for the planet. So I don't throw them away, just use them and sleep under them until they don't exist anymore. So I made this block. I actually made 3 blocks to try and see what it will look like. So these are a bit bigger. I think they are 7.5 centimeters by 7.5. But I'm thinking I must try again, maybe with a little bit of a smaller hook, because the holes is a little bit big, I think. But we shall see. Otherwise, they're going to stay like this. But I was thinking to maybe not do the white blocks in between, because I want it to be darker so that it can be warmer. And I think, knowing myself, I might get discouraged if I have a basket full of blocks. I was thinking of maybe doing quite a few blocks, and if I feel, oh my, this is overwhelming, just start joining them with different colors. So never mind if it's white or pink or green or whatever, and just make a blanket. So the plan is to make a big blanket. Okay, so the plan is to maybe not do the white blocks and just do it really scrappy, and maybe using more darker colors and less purples and pinks, because I'm actually planning on trying to convince my husband to use this blanket. Because the chevron one is for me, because I love chevrons, and that's mine. So he needs one. So, and I mean, he's a long man, so he's got height. So I want to make a long blanket like mine. Maybe it'll be a little bit longer. So I also want it to be tucked underneath his feet and pull up type of blanket. So that's the idea. But I think I'm going to stick with double knits because it's a little bit thicker. And yes, that's the plan so far.
I'm just thinking about your comment that the holes are big. But I haven't made one myself. You do get patterns where you don't even see the holes on the corners. You
Yes.
know? So that instead of making a 2 chain space, you could make
just one.
Or yeah, you will need at least one. Just to create some flexibility, but then you don't knit into the chain space. You rather knit into the crochet into the double crochet of the previous round on the corner instead of into this chain space.
Yes, I'll look into that. I mean, I still have time till January to start, but you're gonna laugh at me. I was thinking today, wonder if I can knit this type of thing, a knitted version of the Battenberg. If I remember correctly, one of the patterns that we actually had in this Scrappy pattern inspiration was like a granny square pillowcase, and there was instructions in the pattern for knit and crochet. So we shall see what I do in January. Maybe I'm making a knitted version if I can't figure this holes out. Do you think that would be cheating?
No. No. Because I'm thinking along the lines of the increases of a hat.
Exactly.
That will be cool to see.
Maybe I'll go wild and knit my Battenberg.
Yeah.
We shall see in the new year. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Because that has always been a problem with things that I crochet. I'll show my husband and say, oh, this is so cute. And he's like, it's got wind holes. So yes, anyway, we shall see what happens. And I think that'll be interesting anyways.
Yeah. Okay. And then tell me, what is your plans for 2023? As in what is Mariette's plans for yourself, for the Boervrou? Do we have things to look forward to?
I don't really have big plans. Most of the time I just take things as they come. But I have been thinking that maybe it might be good to look a little bit at, I don't know if productivity is the right word, but at all of the things that I actually do, and just sorting out a little bit what is really important to be doing, and to slow down maybe a teensy bit. Because yeah, go the whole year, this time of year you are a little bit burnt out. Just maybe slowing down a little bit and taking care of myself a bit more. I think that is maybe my only plans for the next year. Continuing with all the things that we do, but maybe in a more efficient way.
Okay. And you must please share all your tips and tricks with me as well.
Oh my goodness, yeah. If I have tips, I'll definitely do. So what is your plans for the new year?
For the new year, to be honest, I'm in the same boat as you, because the only problem is I cannot really if I have to slow down, it's almost like I need to eliminate some things. Because I'm not going to stop working. I cannot stop studying. Then that will just be a waste of this year that has passed. So, and I also, I'm not going to stop my crafting. So for me, I don't know. I just need to remove some of the mental clutter for me. I don't know. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. It's like I just want to also plan a little bit better and think how I don't need to. I have to now do a sock this month, and I have to do this by then. I just want to maybe minimize the amount of whips I have and just make things a little bit simpler in my craft instead of having 17 whips, because I'm one of those people, it really stresses me out if I have so many unfinished things around me. I have tried, what is the word, embracing the whip madness, and it's not good for me. I realize that every more. So
Yes.
that's definitely going to be something I need to focus on this year. I want to make everything, but I can't. So I just need to accept it and then move on from there. That's definitely something I want to work on in the new year.
No, I agree with you 100%. I understand exactly. That's basically also what I mean, is that by doing things more efficient in a way, instead of pushing yourself to, you have to finish this project this month type of thing. I mean, the lots of whips didn't stress me out really that much, or so I thought, because when I unpacked the whip in May, I had almost 20 whips that I was working on, or that I wanted to get finished by the end of the year. And the moment that amount decreased, I could feel that it actually stressed me a little bit, and I felt a little bit better about things. And something else that I've noticed about this heavy amount of whips, lots of whips, is that if we switch to so many projects, for me, my gauge actually changes in between. It seems like I get a little bit stressed, and then I knit a little bit tighter on something, and and then I can see it in the work that it changes quite a bit in certain things. especially if you get stressed and you want to get it finished by the next podcast or by this end of this month or by this deadline. And then, I mean, what's the meaning of stressing about the craft that is actually supposed to relax you?
Yes. Yes.
So no, I think we've got the same type of goals here. Oh no, just taking it a little bit slower with the amount of things. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I don't need to worry what am I going to work on. I only have like 1 or 2 options.
Yes. Yes. I love
Yeah.
the socks because it's nicely portable and I don't have to think too much. I can walk with it. My husband drives, I can knit on it in the car. I can knit on it in company, and yeah. So I think 2 or 3 is maybe the max, actually, except now for my scrappy things, because I mean that's not something that I really count that much as whips, especially like this one that I know I'm going to work on for years. It doesn't stress me. It's actually a nice thing to know that when I'm finished with this project, this little bit of yarn, I don't have to put back. I can just throw it into a new project, another project. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. If you guys have any specific goals that you want to share with us for the new year, please feel free to drop it in the comments down below. We would love to know what you guys have been up to, and maybe you have a great tip for us on something that we can implement in our lives to help us out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that would be appreciated. And then while we complain about all the whips, we never stop looking at patterns.
No, never.
We're still looking at Ravelry, looking for inspiration, as if we don't have enough.
Yes.
In fact, Mariette, I think you've got for us free patterns, suggestions with regards to scrappies.
Yes, I do. Because we always have scraps and we don't always know what to do with them. And I did see that lots of people enjoy the project inspiration because they always also say, I don't know what to do with the scraps also. So that is why we actually keep continuing with this. And I mean, if you go on Ravelry, you're definitely seeing things. So you can just as well take notice and help a friend out with a nice pattern. So this month, I brought 3, of which one of them is a free pattern. And then the other 2, one of them I actually had my eye on for quite a while. I'm not sure if I will make it, but I really love the look of it. So the first one is the Round and Round Cowl by Crazy Sock Lady Designs. It is a cowl designed with scraps in mind. And then Kay also added some instructions in the pattern on how to use your advent calendar. If you have an advent calendar or maybe like the Scrappy Socktober box idea, then I'm sure you can use it in that. So this one is a paid for pattern. It's $5 on Ravelry. And it is designed for fingering weight yarn. So exactly right for us sock knitters. Then the other one that I have here is a free pattern. It is the Lock Cabin Square pattern. It is squares made with linen stitch, and it's a crochet pattern. It looks a lot like the blanket that Adele from the YarnCreations podcast is making at this moment. I will link her Instagram down below. I saw it there. I'm not sure if she has it in one of her podcast episodes, but I'll link the Instagram and then you can have a look at that. So this is really, really pretty as well. Just want to quickly see. Yeah, it is made in linen stitch. and she used DK weight yarns for this one, but I'm sure you can adapt it for fingering weight. If you're using scraps, you can make one block and decide what look you like and how much yarn you need for it. So I think it's very nicely customizable. And then the last one that I have is a wrap. So it's called Free the Minis wrap. It is specifically written for using leftovers from your socks. So it's also for fingering weight. It is a paid for pattern, and it's also $5. And if I look at this pattern, it looks like a crescent shaped shawl, but with the point of a triangle shawl. So it's got a point, but if I look at the project pages on Ravelry, some of the people, when they blocked it, laid it out the whole thing, and it looks like a crescent shape at the top with this maybe slightly off center point. But anyway, I think it's beautiful. It is made to have one color in between. So the pattern is written that you need about 40 to 42 grams of a tonal or a solid color to break up your scrappy stripes. I see there's like garters, stripes, and things in between the other colors. So yeah, I think that'll bring it together nicely. I really like this. I'm not that knowledgeable on shawls, but this looks like it can be a lot of fun to make. You know, if you knit things in stripes, you just want to get to the next stripe. So I think this one will be a very nice scrap buster. And you'll be able to knit it in at quite a speed, because you just want to get to the next stripe. That is one of them.
If I look at the picture, you definitely cast, or it looks like you cast on the longest piece, like the base, and then you start decreasing on the one end. Almost looks like that, eh? So the further you progress with the shawl, you know, your rows are getting smaller, so it's going to feel like I'm making so much progress. You know, it motivates you to keep going instead of a shawl that grows and grows and grows, and at the end you're sitting with this long row.
I think those types of shawls that start at the biggest end should actually be the only shawls that there is, because I think that'll just make it so much more fun.
Yeah.
But I like this one a lot. I see that it looks like it got a little picot edge on the one side. So I don't know if anybody actually knits this, please share it with us on Instagram, tag us or something, because I really like this a lot. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think we have maybe covered almost everything that we needed to. Is there anything else before we wrap this up?
No, I can't think of anything now.
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right. So we actually also just wanted to thank everybody that followed us on this journey during this year. So we just want to say thank you for participating and for all of your support. And we also wanted to say a special thank you to all of our guests during this year and to everyone that supported us in any way during this year. We really, truly appreciate it. This would not be possible without your support.
Yes. No, also from my side, thank you very much for all the likes, all the subscribes, and the comments. And when we go live, joining us live, I mean, it means a lot to us that you are willing to plan your Sunday afternoons to be able to join us and chat with us. We really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that is everything for us for this Scrappy chat. And yes, we are looking forward to coming back next year with new plans and fully recharged. So this will be the last episode for this year. We will be taking next month off from the Scrappy chat because everybody is going to be on holiday, and hopefully so will we. Have a break, and then next year we'll come back with all the new ideas and progress, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so from my side, thank you again for watching this one and all the other ones and all the support, and I hope everybody gets a chance to spend quality time with their friends and family in the seasons that's coming. So yeah, bye.
Bye everyone.